Before this video starts, I want to let you know if you watch to the end, you'll have a chance to win 10 bucks. I'm going to cash app it to a lucky winner in the end. All you're going to have to do is watch this whole video. Thanks for the support. What's up, YouTube? It's John Wall, Jack of all trades, here to chat with you once again about relationships. Today we're keeping it short and simple, and we're talking about effective communication. When we're communicating, as we all do, you have to on a day-to-day basis, a lot of times what we say isn't what the other person hears or what the other person interprets. And that's oftentimes due to a lack of effective communication. There are going to be times where someone just isn't going to understand, and that's not your fault. But oftentimes, the miscommunication or the confusion is due to ineffective communication. If I'm at the pizza spot and I order a pizza with pepperoni, cheese, ham, and anchovies, let's say, which I don't like. It's just what popped into my head. If I order that and I wait for my food, order comes out, and it's just pepperoni and cheese, all of a sudden I'm gonna be like, where's the rest of my order? Somewhere, the rest of my toppings. Somewhere along the line, the things that I shared, the things that I communicated that I wanted didn't get through. The other person either didn't understand it, it didn't register, so they didn't type it in. Whatever the case may be, something went wrong with that communication, and it led to me being unsatisfied. So if you think about in a relationship, a lot of arguments or disagreements or confusion within a relationship, miscommunication, it comes from things like that, where someone says something like, hey, I need you to go to the store and pick up some milk. Can you knock that out for me? The person's like, yeah, okay. And then they come home without the milk. And the first thing the other person says is, hey, where's the milk? And then that's a very simple example, but a lot of stuff like that, happens on like a day-to-day basis for some people, where simple thing like that turns into an issue because they deny the fact that they heard it, or they, like, I don't remember you telling me that, or whatever the case may be. And it's on both parties to make sure that they're doing their part to listen, and of course the only other person's side to communicate. But a lot of times in those situations, there's an issue. So on the communication side, if you're the one communicating, first thing you want to stay away from, stop saying things, especially when they're important, in passing. Someone's in the other room watching TV, and you're telling them something. We all know when we're watching TV that we're more distracted. Or when we're texting on our phones, we're more distracted. So if you really need to talk to someone about something or get their attention, get their attention. Don't just say something and then be like, I said it. That's it. I did my part. No, you didn't. If it didn't get through to the other person, then you didn't do your part. You're not communicating effectively. Now, on the listening side, if someone's speaking to us, we need to make sure we're actively listening. So that means if someone's talking to us about something important, putting our phones down, taking a moment to address them, to listen to what they're saying so it actually registers. And if we need to write it down because we have a bad memory, we can write it down. But you have to do your part as the listener to make sure that what the other person is dishing out is received, and that it doesn't go in one ear and go out the other. So it takes two people for that effective communication to work. And if you're in your relationship and you and your partner sit down and have that conversation where you're like, our communication sucks, we need to do better, and you implement, just that rule of thumb that, hey, we need to communicate more effectively. If we're going to be talking to one another, I'm going to work to listen. I would like you to do the same thing, but also I would like to make sure that if you are talking to me about something important, that you make sure you're not just breezing by and saying, I want you to stop me from what I'm doing and sit down and talk with me. That way I can make sure I'm receiving it all. So that's a simple, easy conversation you can have with your partner, your significant other, to improve the communication that you have between the two of you on a day-to-day basis. Be patient with one another, because we're all imperfect. We are going to make mistakes. You're not just going to snap your fingers and fix everything with your communication. So be patient. Be kind. I don't want you, being nasty to one another just because someone forgot what you said or whatever the case may be. Just treat each other with love, because at the end of the day, you got to either live with that person or you're in a relationship with that person, so you got to come back to them. So there's no need to get, but so agitated or irritated, because things do happen. And then also remember that we're all adults. You can't sugarcoat everything. So you need to be honest about the things that you're saying. Don't hold back how you feel just because you're worried about how the person is going to react. And I know for a lot of people that can be easier said than done. But that's a habit that you need, a good habit that you need to start practicing, is telling the truth even with the smallest things. because it's more freeing to let things off your chest than it is to hold it in. And that's also a conversation where if you have that conversation with your partner, you two can work at it together, being more honest, being more open with one another, and being willing to receive, accept, acknowledge, and come to some sort of agreement in times where previously it may have been a challenge for you. So keep these things in mind. See if it's something that your partner is on board with. I'm sure they are. If your relationship is something that you're looking to keep, there's no reason why you wouldn't, want better communication. And if you have any questions, as always, drop them in the comments. Thanks for rocking with me to the end of the video. As I promised, I'm going to be cash apping somebody $10, and all you have to do to enter is this. Comment below how you feel effective communication could better improve your relationship. I'm looking for a little bit of detail in these responses. I want to see what problems or issues you all are going through. Keep in mind also, I'm a 5-star rated counselor on Bark.com. I have clients nationwide. So if counseling is something you feel your relationship could benefit from, I can help you with that as well. And because you're watching this video, I'll hook you up with an exclusive 50% discount on that first session as well. So that if that's something that you feel you can benefit from, just add that in the comments and I'll respond. Once a few comments, start piling up, I'll select, a winner from there, and I'll put it in the comments so everybody can see, and then I'll cash app you that 10. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for the support. Subscribe, like the video.